Hello everyone, hope you guys are doing great. So today this video is the continuation of the previous video, which is called intent entities classifications with the help of Rasa framework. So in previous video I just created a data preparation. I have done with the data preparation part. Today I'm gonna define you how you can create a custom action functions in your project, right? So custom action, for what it does, I already discussed in my previous slides in day one or day two, how the action server is getting called with the Rasa code. So without getting delay, let's jump into the project. So this is action.py. By default it got created. I'm gonna remove everything. So I'm gonna import something from typing. This typing is just to typecast your data, what kind of data you are looking for. I'm gonna define any comma text comma dictionary dict and list. Okay, so this kind of data I will expect with user side. And now I have to define the date time, right? So I have to get the date and time. So I'll import the from date time, import date time, sorry, my bad, import date time and import date time, and also I want to define the time delta. That's all. Now also I have to import from Rasa SDK. So I will talk about this Rasa SDK import. So Rasa SDK is responsible to communicate with Rasa core. Okay, so action and comma, I'll import the action and comma tracker. So tracker is to just to track where user communication it is. So next I will import from Rasa SDK dot executor executor import collecting dispatcher. So the fine, we are done with the importing. Next, what we have to create, I'll create some utility function. You can create here, or else you can create a separate directory from where you can import. That's up to you. But as of now, this is very simple project. I just wanted to keep everything in my action.py so that it will be easy to make you understand. So I'm gonna create one function which is called text data to init. So text data text date to init. I will tell you what the scope it is. Text data, you can pass the text underscore data, and I'm gonna create some function. So let's suppose if user is asking what the date today. So today will be machine will not understand today. Machine will only understand number, right? So I'm gonna map this today, tomorrow, yesterday with some number. So that's a logic of this function. If text data equal to, I'm gonna write today, then return 0. So it will return 0. So it's giving some warning. That's fine. Now what I can do, I will just copy paste this function and copy pasting command V, and now I'm gonna write here, if the text data is tomorrow, then return 1. If the text data is yesterday, then return yesterday is equal to -1. Yeah. So it's a bit simple, right? Like it's not a hardcore coding I did here, but yeah, you can understand. So now I'm gonna create one variable which is called weekday mapping. I will tell you what the use of weekday mapping. Weekdays mapping. So weekday mapping is basically, what is that? What are the different weekdays can be, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? So I'm gonna create this list. So Monday, Tuesday, UESDAY, Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 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 comma, Thursday, and from Friday, comma, Saturday, and Sunday. That's all. So Sunday. Hope so I didn't make any spelling mistake this time. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's fine. Okay, cool. Awesome. So we have created this list. 7 elements are there. Now, what I can do, I would like to uh, convert my weekdays to text, right? So what I can do, so I'm going to create this function weekdays to text. Weekday to text. So this function will take weekday and it will return weekday mapping and weekday. I'm passing the weekday, that's all. So yeah, fine. So now what I can do, so now I'm gonna write custom action like action. I'm going to create one class. So whenever you want to create a custom action, so you can create a class action with the name of action. And action, what is this action class will does? Action class, like when let's suppose if user is asking what's the time now, so action query time, this is that class name. And whenever you are going to create your custom action, you should import you should look like inherit parent class which is called action class you have to inherit here. And now what we can do, I'm going to create some functions here, like first function is the like this function is the like overriding functions, like this function is been already defined inside of action, but declaration part I'm going to do here. Okay, so def name. So whenever you are creating name, and the name function will return text here. The name function will return text data. So what this function is basically, I did a mistake here. Okay, cool. So what I can do here, I'm gonna return. So with which name this action class will get called? So I'm gonna return action ACTI1 action underscore query underscore time. That's all. So this action query action query time action will get called by this name action query time. Now I'm going to write my logic here. Okay, so again, if you heard about the thread function, thread in case of Java, there is a runner, right? So similarly, these are the inherent functions are there inside of action class. I'm just going to define here declaration part I'm doing here. So run, and here I'm gonna define like self, and here I'm gonna define dispatcher. So dispatcher colon dispatcher colon, and here I'm going to define collecting dispatcher comma tracker. I'm gonna define tracker. Wait a minute, I made a mistake. It should be comma, then it should be fine. And here I'm gonna define tracker colon tracker. That's all. And now next we have to define a domain, right? So domain is like what kind of data you are expecting with the user, right? So that's a part here we are going to define. So if you have worked on the fast API framework, there also we were using these things, domain and dict. And here I'm going to define like text. What are the different type of data? Text comma any type of data will come, can be expected here. Okay, I feel we are good with it. There is one thing I made a mistake. It should be in form of list, not a tuple. I think we are okay. And now once we are done with it, then what we can do, like this will return what? This will return list. This will return list. So I'm gonna define list, this function. It's like a typecasting we are doing. Okay, Python is the interpreted language, and like runtime compilation is getting done, right? So I'm gonna do the typecasting. I'm going to means forcefully saying the data should come in this format, output will be in this format only. So I'm gonna define text comma. So again I made a mistake. This list should be in form of this, and this and text comma any. That's all. That's fine. So we are done with the declaration of this run function. And now means like parameters of the run function. Now I'm going to write actual logic here. So I'm going to create one variable, which is called current time underscore time. And this current time. So I'm going to use the date time library, date time library and dot now. This dot now will give me the current time of my system, and dot I'm going to create a format as well. So I'm going to create a format strtf start time, and here I'm going to write which kind of format it will be, right? So I made something mistake. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to write here it's and here I'm going to define which format I'm looking for. Hours, like 10 22 minute 22 seconds. So I'm going to define like h colon percentile m colon, and you can see like I have to define a second, right? So second you can define like percentage p, that's all. So this, in this way, like it will show you everything. So I also don't know the exact format. You can go to this library function, and what are the different parameters, you can do that. This is not a big deal, but my actual understanding is to make you understand how this custom action is getting work. So now I'm gonna call dispatcher, and dispatcher dot utr utter message, and here you can pass the message, whatever message you want to pass, text, and I want to pass my current time, CURR current time. That's all. So whenever user will ask anytime, so this action class will get called. I will tell you how the mapping it is, but as of now, just this is that. So now what I can create another action class also I can do, like if user is asking date as well, for that also you can do. So yeah, action query date, action query. Now I'm gonna write action query date. Okay, so I just did the copy paste at all, and name is self, and this should be get changed. Otherwise, this your interpreter will get confused. So with this name only, it is getting identified. It not with the class name. It getting identified with this name. Okay, so action query date. I'm gonna create a same thing here as well. So dispatcher, tracker, and domain. That's all. And now this will also return these things. And now what I'm going to create some variables to do perform the action. So if somebody is asking what's the date today, okay, so what I can do, I'm going to create one variable like text underscore date equal to tracker tracker comma get slot. The slot is date. Date is basically from where it is coming. Date is basically coming from the your nlu.yaml, which is called entities. Okay, so what is trying to make you understand, so let me explain this part. So it will get the slot, tracker will get the slot if any entities is present in your text or utterances. So if it is date entities we found, then date entities will get stored here inside of this. Or I'm also making, let's suppose if someone is asking what's the date, or someone is asking what's the date today, so that is coming or. So I'm going to mention here today, 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 and that's all, and it's fine. Now what I'm trying to do, see, if someone is asking what's the date, or if someone is asking what's the date today, what's the today, or someone might be asked what's the date yesterday, what was the date yesterday, and what will be the date tomorrow, that kind of thing. So as soon as we got the text data, I'm gonna call this function which we have created, text to date, text date to init. So I'm going to create this function, calling this function, and passing this text data. So it will give me the number, whether it's a 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1 or -1. 0 means today, 1 means tomorrow, and -1 means yesterday. So I'm going to write here init int date, int underscore date. That's all. So we are done with it, I think. And now I'm going to write text date to init. That's fine. And now so I'm going to create some logic here. Okay, so now let me remove these things. This was the copied from the previous function. So I'm gonna write if int date equal to is not none. So let's suppose if int date is not none, then I'm gonna write delta. I'm going to create a time delta days is equal to int date, and here I'm gonna write delta equal to this. So that's fine. Now what I can do, current, I'm gonna create a current date. So date time dot now, it will give me current date. So I'm going to store inside of one variable current underscore date. That's fine. And target date, I'm going to create a one variable which is called target underscore date, and here I'm going to create current date plus delta. So let's suppose if someone is asking tomorrow, then it will be add 0. If someone is asking yesterday date, then it will subtract by -1. Okay, so and if someone is asking about a tomorrow, the date delta part will be +1. That's fine. So now next is what I'm gonna create dispatcher dot utter message, and here I'm gonna pass the message like text, and here I'm gonna pass target data comma, here I'm gonna pass target date comma start time, and here I'm gonna pass it's just a formatting. It's you can pass any format, you can just check it out. It's I just seen that %b, it will give you the like a format in that format, %d and %y comma %y. That's fine. I think we are okay with it. That's cool. So we are done with it. Now in date is not none, but in which case where in date will be none, then what the message has to be passed. So I can pass again. I'm just doing the copy pasting here, and I'm passing this, and here I'm gonna pass the uh, message called the system currently doesn't support any kind of message. The system currently doesn't support date format. Okay, so yeah, I think we are okay with it. System sys. Okay, so yeah, so I think we created two custom action. Similarly, I would like to create another action.py. Sorry, another action like query date. We understood. Now we are going to create a one more action class which is called query action weekday. Let's suppose if someone will ask what's the weekday today. Okay, so weekday means like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, can be anything. So I'm just creating another action class here, like how we created above two action class. So similarly, I would like to create another action class here as well. So action query weekday. So same thing, it's a function name, like class name get identified with this name, and same parameter we are passing. And here in this logic, what I can do, text date to init. Okay, what is our text date to init? Okay, text date to init. Okay, it should be int. My bad. It should be int, not init. Okay, because it's an integer, right? So now it's a fine. Yeah, we are getting the end data, and end date is not none. Then again, current date time target, and we are going to make it weekday to text. It will convert the weekdays to text, like if it is 0, 1, 2, whatever it is. So it will give you the number, and dispatcher will pass like date, like, oh, okay, today is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or something like this. That's fine. So yeah, we are done with the action creation. Now what we can do, I think I think we understood about the action, how to create our custom action. So I feel like this is the agenda. This was the agenda for this video. In the next video, I will show you how you can integrate your nlu.yaml, which we created in my previous video, and stories.yaml and action.py in today's class. And next class, I will show you, next video, I will show you how you can integrate in your configuration file so that everything will get communicated by each other. Okay. So hope you understood this. And if you have any kind of question, any kind of doubt, feel free, ask me in or in the comment section. I'll be happy to address you. So meanwhile, thank you. Thank you for listening me. Thank you for making it interactive. Thank you.